Hey guys, Ash here coming at you today, Watcher of Realms. Welcome to the video. Happy to have you all here. Send us some positive vibes your way, especially if you need them out there today. Oh man, this is going to be a good one. I maxed out the most expensive hero out there in the game, and I do not regret it, despite the fact that almost every tier list you'll ever find, including in-game reviews, calls this dude trash. The best thing in these games is finding that trash hero and making lemonade out of the proverbial lemons, right? Honestly, this guy's not even a lemon. I actually really like him, and his name is Titus, okay? So I didn't invest in him. I didn't max him out just to say that I maxed out the most expensive cost unit at 31 in the game. I actually wanted to use him because I really needed a defender, an infernal defender for faction trials. So that's what got me to take him to 50. And then it got me thinking, the more that I used him, you know, I was like, wait a second, he would actually excel in a couple other areas of the game, specifically artifact raid, right? And I will show you him in artifact material raid, and you guys will understand exactly why I'm talking about this dude as an absolute monster. I bet he could help out a lot of your accounts, especially if you're struggling or hit that wall again in artifact material. So it's Titus. He's a defender. What's his deal? Well, he can't be healed, right? Which is a curse, but it's actually a gift in some situations, right? So he's a self-heal, and he has instant revival as well. While unable to be healed, this fortress of a defender can repair himself and smash multiple enemies at once. His talent is unable to be healed by allies. For every 6 instances of damage taking, temporarily triggers the thermal barrier, increasing damage reduction by 30% for 5 seconds. Restores HP equal to 5% max HP when the thermal barrier ends or refreshes. Okay, so can't be healed. Every 6 instances of damage being taken, he heals him, he reduces damage and heals himself as well afterwards. He has a basic attack, whatever, one enemy. Enters into annihilation mode on his ultimate, okay? Increases attack range and restores 5% HP per second. Attacks up to 3 targets in range every time, dealing 220% damage for 25 seconds. So I honestly don't care at all about damage from this dude, okay? So I'm kind of ignoring the damage stuff. I did build him for a little bit of damage just to test it out a little bit, but I found him to just be better as a reliable just fortress, exactly what he looks like. He's like the Setrum of defenders, isn't he? Instead of the cannons on his arms, he's got the shields instead, right? The dual wielding shields. When receiving fatal damage for the first time, he triggers a self-repair for 5 seconds and then revives with 100% HP restored. Additionally, his attack and defense is increased permanently by 15%. One time per deployment, similar to an abomination. Actually, it's really cool that he gets that permanent buff as well of his defense specifically. So, okay, I mean, all that wrapped up into a 31 cost. On his awakenings, really quickly, when HP is higher than 50%, gains 20% extra damage reduction, which is really nice on A1. HP bonus on A2. On A3, during annihilation mode, the generation speed of thermal barrier is doubled. And then on A4, damage reduction. On A5, during annihilation mode, he'll inflict burning, 20% magic damage per second. So I don't have him A5. I actually have him A4 though. I was sitting on a bunch of Tituses, man. Didn't think he was anything special. I'm glad that I kept those dupe copies, because now I actually like him. Let me show you really quickly how I built this dude, and then we will jump right into battle. So here he is, Titus. In terms of his stats, here they are, right? So his base stats are all right, right? They're pretty good. They ought to be pretty good for an epic. You know, they ought to be pretty good considering his cost. I was able to get him to 77k on the HP, 4200 on the defense. I will say that his defense suffers a bit. His HP is pretty dang good for where I'm using him, at least. Gear here. So quite obviously, we have defense. We have a lot of HP and some defense as well. Defense percentage, we have HP percentage on the amulet, and we have HP percentage on the ring. None of these gear pieces, as you can see, are anything super special, just kind of what I had lying around. I do have life force on his weapon and his chest for the extra 25% HP bonus. Again, just looking for as much survivability as I could on him. I really want to go in there and further optimize everything. I do have him all the way skilled up though. As I mentioned, I have him A4, and then on his artifact, I have when this hero is deployed, increases defense by 5% on death knell. When his HP drops below 40%, instantly restores 15% HP. It can be triggered one time max per deployment. Actually really like this death knell on tanks. Like, it's a really solid artifact. So that's how I have him built, guys. Let's go ahead and run him, right? Let me show you him in, let's just start out in campaign, right? My next level of campaign. I have him on this squad, whatever. This is a fine team. I don't even need all of these. You'll see how crazy he is. It's weird, right? So I have Vortex on this team. Don't need Vortex. Why do I need a healer? He can't be healed anyway. So let me push things over here. He'll be the first hero that we drop if I can get him down in time, right? All right, here we go. So there's the big fella just chilling over there. I'm going to drop Idril as well right next to him. That way we can start doing some DPS here. And you'll see how it's really cool to have such a tanky self-healer, right? He doesn't need the heals right now, so I'm just gonna put some more DPS on the battlefield. I made a video yesterday on AI, whatever you want to call her. I freaking love her. Get it? I love her. Yeah. And he's not taking a ton of damage here, despite the BP being quite. I think I only need these 4 heroes on the battlefield here. Let's go ahead and pop Idril's ultimate here. Oh man, Idril on her ultimate too, when she is A5, I think it's A5, it extends the duration every time she kills somebody, which is really awesome. You'll see his self-healing really shine in a moment. This is gonna look like too easy here, huh? I thought it would be a little bit more challenging. My bad, guys. He's not even self-healing. He has his ultimate right now. I guess I'll pop it because it looks like I'm not gonna need it for anything else. But you'll see that he goes in there and he's just healing himself quite a bit, right? So he has this repair mode. It lasts for a long time. It's all these heals. And what this really does, the magic of this, right, is it frees you up from not needing a healer. He's a very self-competent healer on himself, right? So, of course, there's some levels, some stages in different areas of this game where you're going to need a healer no matter what because everybody will be taking damage, etc. But there's a lot of areas where you only really need to heal one tank, and it frees you up that slot. So it allows you the incredible advantage of playing an extra DPS on that platform instead. That's what I thought of when it comes to artifact material raids. So let me go ahead and pull that up. So this is stage 17. Let's see, I don't even need like almost anybody on this team, right? So I'm gonna go whoever your favorite DPS is, right? I have Hatsu because he's amazing, but we can go with, I'm not sure, do I have gear on Cuke right now? Let's see. I have a Cuke at level 50. I'm just gonna try it with Cuke, okay? Instead of Hatsu. I wanna basically make this the most free to play, whatever team. I'm not gonna use them. I'm not gonna use, I do wanna use my Nightmare. Take Arrogance out. I think we can get by with frankly only like 4 or 5 heroes on this team. I think this is totally cool. Basically, we're looking for some fighters. We're looking for a tank and a DPS. We don't even need Torador on this team, right? So we're really low. Danger. We don't care. We don't care because we got Titus. We got Titus. All right. So we're going to put him down first. Going to go ahead and put the Cuke down. And that's it. So notice that Cuke, we don't have to. We're going to go ahead and use his ultimate right away. He's going to start healing himself right back up, right? You'll notice here, I'll put Wrath on him too. I hate that Cuke when he drops his traps in the line of fire. Don't you guys hate that? Okay, so whether it's Cuke or anybody else, it doesn't really matter, frankly, who we're using here, right? We don't need a healer. He's healing himself. we don't need anything, man. That's it. It's game over. We just DPS him down because we don't need to heal him. Isn't that so great? It's great to have like such a tanky self-healer in this position. You can see, doing just fine. Even when he dies, keep in mind here, guys, when he dies, if he dies, right? I'm just gonna drop some guys up here. I don't think I even need to, frankly, but I will anyway. Check this out, man. Check this out. We can just DPS down. It's that easy. It doesn't even matter who we're dropping anywhere else, really, you know? It's like he makes it so easy because you can just place a DPS. You don't have to worry about Vortex or healers or LON or whoever you're going to be using in this position. He just stays there and you just DPS it down. It makes artifact material raids so much easier this way, you know? I think the Titus is really a sneaky hero that will help out a lot of players despite him being so expensive. Doesn't really matter because you save so much on not needing that healer. I love the self heals. He's super tanky. I don't know if he does really good damage. Again, I tested it a little bit. I wasn't like super impressed because it's not about damage for me. It's about just having that self healer free up that extra spot, ergo the healer, ergo more DPS, ergo more progression in areas that you're previously struggling in, like artifact material. Guys, what do you think of Titus? Am I alone? Am I too high on this dude? Like I said, he gets really, really bad scores on all the tier lists, on all the rankings, but I think I stumbled upon a real beast of a defender out there. Let me know what you think in the comments below, guys. If you have a hero that you think is super underrated in this game, I want to hear about it as well. So give me those recommendations as well in the comments. Much love, guys, and as always, take care.